All right, welcome back here as we do the awkward introduction. Hello, I'm Mo Khan.
I'm Simon.
I'm Peeze, and it is difficult being this good looking.
I'm Chris, and I'm terrible at introductions.
Okay.
I don't know who I am anymore.
You're sorry, that's who you are.
That's the goal. We want to break him down so much that by the end of the season, he'll have to be committed.
But he was so dead set. Like, guys, make sure you introduce yourselves.
Very serious.
Serious, guys, come on.
But like, at what point, when you were giving us that instruction, at what point did you realize you made a terrible mistake?
The moment one of you said, what?
Because
There's all three of us at the same time.
during the
Said, what?
5-second rundown, he's like, guys, serious introduction.
All right,
What?
Guys, serious, please. Was that from the Suits in...
No, I just wanted a nice clip so we can say, like, oh, well, here's the cast for the year, and we can put that on our
what
thing.
is this?
Chris,
Meet the
Chris will
press?
make it look good. Chris will make it look good.
What is this? Meet the press here?
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted.
You should have started with that.
And instead, I got, hi, I'm Mokan. I don't understand why I'm doing this.
Like, I am Peeze. I like
Listen, all I know
long
is-
walks on short bridges.
All right, diving in.
It's Chris's job to make this look good. So if it doesn't look good, it's his fault. So it's win-win for us. There's not a way that we look bad, right?
If we look bad, we fire him. We'll be alright.
Diving in now to week 3. I did 3 for week 2. The best game of the season so far. Cougars Brotherhood. 36-34 victory by the Cougars over the Brotherhood.
Back-to-back seasons, Brotherhood loses to Cougars.
Yes, and Brotherhood had a 2-score lead going into the second half, and the Cougars held on, bend but don't break defense, a pick 6, a pick that led to a touchdown. And here's the one that will probably bug Theoja quite a bit. They picked off the Cougars with 2 plays left in the end zone at 34-34. Quay Johnson brought the ball out to the 5-yard line. So there's 1 play left. Theo calls back-to-back timeouts. Next play, Quaid drops back as a second quarterback. Theo throws it to Quaid with a double rush coming, and the ball hits the ground. Safety. Cougars win by 2.
That's crazy.
That's a tough ending, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's the thing. Like, we knew, like, coming into tonight, that's the first thing we talked about when we got into the studio. Was like, so controversy, like, you know, rough ending for the Cougars Brotherhood game.
Yeah, for sure.
It's probably the worst way to lose a game. That or a misnap.
Because misnap is the worst because you feel powerless, and even your snapper just feels terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's a playoff game.
Like every time. If you're like as a quarterback, it's 34-34. There's no reason for you not to take a chance. Like, don't throw it at the ground or throw a 5-yard hook and hope it goes all the way. Chuck it up, right? But if you're facing double rush, the smart thing to do is to get a second quarterback that's gonna buy time for your receivers to get to the end zone.
But your best jump ball receiver is a second quarterback.
He's also probably the best option to throw that ball, though.
Right, but here's my argument, though.
But who else is on the team to be able to throw 45 yards?
But yeah, that's absolute great point, Simon. But here's my argument, though, right? I think the Majid brother was on the field. I think he may have been on. If he was on, just drop him back as a second player, man.
But he can't throw the ball.
I know he can't throw the football, but I'm just saying, though, just give the illusion that he can. And
Yeah, but so you get the snap, and you throw it to Saad Majid.
Yeah.
But you won't. He's just he's
What
a
Mo is
decoy.
saying is
there's
you
double
drop
rush.
the second guy back, so if the double rush is coming, one of the rushers might shift over to go pick up the other guy. Drop
Yeah,
it.
because
but then how do you then throw the, like, what happens when you
but
play?
my argument is that
What's the play?
Theo can throw 45 yards, though. And
But the receivers won't be there.
But the reason why you're
but you
sending
have a Quaid Johnson, though, that can zip down the field like a flash.
But he won't get there.
No, but the reason why
he
you're
won't
sending
run 45 yards before the 2 rushers run 7 yards.
But like,
Well,
here's the
well,
roster for that
max.
game. Jamal Gittins was hurt. Jamal Gittins did not play. So you had the 2 Majid brothers.
So it's Quaid
Ronson.
Johnson 4 times faster than the rusher.
But the only threat at that point is Quasi Gordon Mall.
Yes,
But
then
or the tip into somebody else's hands.
So,
Or, you know,
Theo was breaking the rush quite often.
So, but answer my question: do you think that the Quaid Johnson is 4 times faster than the rusher? 4 times.
I think. Look,
That means if we measure his
but
speed,
but
so
hold
one
on.
of them is running at 8 miles an hour, the other one's running at 36 miles an hour.
but hold on here.
32.
But
Will.
if-
32. My mistake.
but
It's long, man. It's
the
a long show.
Cougars, AJ Gomes called a great defense for that play and said, "Look, we're gonna put our 2 best athletes." And he said, "Watch out for Quaid to drop back as a second quarterback. We'll put our best athlete on him." My point is that if that was the case to be, if your best defending athlete is going to go after Quaid in the backfield, why not have Quaid run down the field? Look, at some point, at minimum, you get the tie. The worst case scenario, you lose the game, which they did.
Which honestly, the thing is, perhaps the best thing to do if they knew it was coming, and if Brotherhood were able to see, oh no, they know this is coming, then what they gotta do is Theo's gotta just buy time in the back.
Well, that's you could have done that though, right?
Okay,
It's
so
risky though because you're buying time in your end zone.
yeah. So considering what you're, I don't disagree with Chomokan. I don't think that they could have foreseen the safety. So in my opinion, the way you see it, the way you plan it is,
The best decision.
I'll catch the snap. I'll see what happens. If both rushers come at me, I'll chuck it to Quaid. He chucks it to the end zone. If it splits, then Theo takes a split decision between Quaid's open or I could beat this guy. Right? Either way, you're not throwing back to Quaid shouldn't be a safety. That out of 100 times they do the same play, a safety is going to occur once or twice.
It looked like
The thing is, it's got to be process over results, right? Because if that doesn't happen, it's either a tie or a win, and we're either celebrating Brotherhood or meh, tie.
He's chucking
So
it up
the thing
into
is,
the end zone.
like I feel like you're the only reason you're breaking it down that way is because of the way it occurred.
They should have. They should
Like they don't have the benefit of knowing that in the future this will happen. But there's no Marty McFly on this team.
But do you think that Theo trying to develop as a passing quarterback is outsmarting himself?
But
and
he got
taking away
caught,
what
though.
he's good at?
But he got caught though because he threw a pick six when they were driving to make it a 2-score lead late in the second half, and the ball. And you're right, Alex, because you can see he's trying to become more of a pocket passer, but that one throw looked like it was taking literally like 8 hours to get to the sideline, and then the guy picked it off for a pick six.
It also feels like the regular season doesn't mean much. Like Brotherhood will make the playoffs. They're gonna finish at least 6-4 or better. So this is practice time. He's trying things that he's not necessarily comfortable with because he knows he doesn't need to run now in the playoffs. If he has to, he doesn't need to practice it. So he's trying new things now while it doesn't matter, which is a smart thing to do. You don't want to practice new plays in the playoffs.
The guy to watch out for, number 13, Jason Awoki.
Oh, he's very
He is smooth out there.
He's got that height, man, that jump ball artist.
He had a pick six. He's the one that picked off Theo, but he had an out route right in front of me. He caught it on a 5-yard out, and literally his legs were going one way, his shoulders the other way, and everyone trailed his legs, and he went right by them. It was such a smooth route.
Just a quick correction: it's Jason Awoki,
Awoki.
not James.
Oh,
James Awoki is trash.
yes.
Jason,
You don't know that. His brother could be better than him.
I'm putting $10. Jason Awoki, James Awoki is trash. $10.
$10.
$10 says,
So if I find a James Awoki who's good,
yeah, I'll pay up.
So,
Good luck with that.
any other games that caught your
It's,
attention?
it's not Robert Hanley.
Okay, there's one game that caught my attention. Freshman against KGP.
That was a terrible game.
I'm not saying it was a good game. I say caught my attention.
You're covering that game. That's why.
It was, Jeremy Thompson O'Reilly made some absurd catches during that game. He's a phenomenal receiver that doesn't get a lot of credit because that freshmen still don't have a quarterback. Savage is not a terrible quarterback, but Diphthery is difficult. I don't understand why they didn't give themselves a shot in like the 5.
Ego.
Yeah, 100% it is ego.
ego.
But the problem is they're gonna have another tough season because they're still learning. The play calling isn't really efficient yet. They're still trying to figure out like that one season they had in Devay, although they had all the whack throwing for them, that's sort of giving them a few plays. They don't have a quarterback that's able to run that system, and they weren't really learning because they were getting beat on too badly. I think you can't really learn defense when you're losing every single game by 60.
So, top seasons crushed Trinity 42-0 without GF Marquis. If GF Marquis is in that football game, is it closer or is it a win by Trinity?
It's one or the other. It's honestly I like Trinity a lot this season, and I think that Jeff Marquis is better than he gets credit for.
Also, Trinity played with 5 guys. Like
Yeah.
this
They got
game
six,
means
they got 6 in the end. They got
nothing.
Alexi Dubois.
But by that point,
Okay, but
it's
this
like-
game means nothing. They only have 5. Their quarterback wasn't there. To me, that's a game that you just shrug off. Say it never happened. The fact that top season we're talking trash during the game against 5 guys is like they were telling the other quarterback that he's not good enough to get past midfield.
Marc-André Lapointe,
But they only got
told me
over
that
receivers.
was the first time he has ever played quarterback ever.
So if you ever play with Marc-André again, do you think he'll keep complaining about targets? And
Oh,
stuff?
he's never gonna say shit anymore. I made so much fun of him.
Honestly,
used to play with him.
3 for 24, 34 yards, 5 interceptions is possibly the worst quarterback performance in FPF history. I'm willing to go out on a limb and say across divisions, that is the worst quarterback.
I
Those
think
are Nathan
He had-
Peterman numbers.
He had a 0.0 quarterback rating. only because it doesn't go negative.
A game that caught my attention because this is the commission added Chris Olsen as a quarterback.
Brought him back.
Yeah, again. So first of all, at least that's an improvement.
Yeah, it's just it's not good enough.
Played the Alpha-Tees. The offense finished with 66 passing yards, and they lost by 5 points.
So
he went 16 for 22.
Who's more embarrassed though?
Yeah, for 66 yards.
But that's
How?
Did he get sacked? He must have got sacked a lot.
He got sacked once.
No, if you look at the total receiving yards, it's pretty close to 66.
But who should be more embarrassed then? Tats, by the fact they won by so little?
No, but you know what it was? Is that commission just possessed the ball forever. There wasn't a ton of drives in the game. It was a very slow-paced game.
What? No, Jesse Dispuy had 28 attempts.
I understand. But they also... It's not like he had 28 attempts and the other team had like...
22?
16 attempts. 22 is, that's what? 5
They didn't possess
four,
the ball
5
forever if it's 22 against 28. If he would have had 12, I would agree with you.
How? Wait,
They
hold
they
on.
ran more
There
offensive
was
plays.
no quick strike drives by commission.
No, but the Alpha-Tees ran more plays than the commission offensively. They
Mhm.
held the ball for technically longer.
Yeah, okay, fine. Fair. It just... I guess it just felt that way. Because it was 3 yards at a time, so like it felt...
This is a chaos to me. How does the Alpha-Tees, who should be a strong contender season,
So two trains,
win by 5
two
again?
trains leave the station at the same time. No, well, look, the thing is, I think commission's defense is their strength right now, right?
It's
That's
the
fair.
best
So
offense right now.
They're not, and the thing is, they know they can't score a ton of points, so they're gonna take away anything deep.
Yeah,
Well,
they got to do what they can.
I was going to say, if to score 3 touchdowns with 66 yards and only 1 interception means you're making a lot of 4th down stops. Good field position.
But then the other team who only had 118 passing yards, 131 total offense yards, also had short fields.
So what this was a soccer game and a football matchup.
But the Alpha-Tees, like just 'cause we're talking about the Alpha-Tees, when was the last time that this team lost? Aren't they on a crazy win streak?
Yeah, you brought that up last time, right?
I don't remember because
They don't lose. They don't lose in the
That was my
play-
prep last week.
They don't lose in the playoffs, but they lose in regular season.
They don't lose.
But didn't
that
they go?
much,
Didn't they go
right?
10 and 0 last season? Did they go 10 and 0 last
We're
season?
blindly say they went 10-0. Yes.
Eagle.
It's fair to say that.
Like plus playoffs. I think they're like on a 14-game win streak right now.
But still,
Yeah.
this is not a good outing
We'll
for
say they
them.
did. Yeah, they went 14-0. Yeah, how about that?
But this is not a good outing for them.
No, but it's one game though, right? You
Will they
put
get
down-
their first loss next week against Brotherhood?
We'll talk about that in the
Alright.
pregame, in the games of the week.
Winter 18, they were 5-5. Then in
Okay, do it-
spring, they were 10-0. And then now they're 2-0.
So 12-0 plus how many playoff wins it was?
They won the championship,
lot.
no?
How many play 4, right? So they're
16-0 in their last 16
16-0.
games.
All right, who do you have a crush on right now, boys? KGP champs or Cougars?
I like the Cougars a lot, man.
Out of these two teams,
Yeah.
I don't like KGP champs at all.
I was gonna say the same
Correction. They're actually 20-0 because the year that they went 5-5, they also won 4 playoff games.
Okay, so
thing.
20.
It's true, eh?
So
20
4 plus 10 plus the 4
20-0?
plus the 2 now.
Okay, so who's got a crush on?
I
him
really
right
don't
now?
like KGP at the moment. Now that they've potentially lost James Crow, who popped his shoulder again.
Again.
And he stayed afterwards. He popped it back in, stayed afterwards, went for a tackle, arm didn't move, took himself out of the game. Without James, this team is not deep at all. KGP doesn't have... Jeff Rosenblatt played the whole game on defense, got an interception.
Yes.
That was crazy. On a dead play too, the offensive team was offside. The flag came in. The QB knew that play didn't count, and still threw an interception.
How does this team not deep?
KGP?
They're
It's
excited.
a lot. It's a lot of ringers.
Yeah, 7 guys plus subs.
I think that the actual team is Fred Saleh, Gabe D'Amico, James Crow, who's now hurt, Johnny Garfinkel, and Phil Cutler. Garfinkel.
Okay.
I don't think Kyle Lebowski's on this team. I don't think that Matt Kirak's on this team. I don't think that Olivier Saleh's on this team. Maybe he is, but I think most of them are just subs.
Yeah. See, conversely, I like the way Cougars are built in that you have cap hits like AJ Gomes, for example.
Yeah.
But then Alessandro Barattoni right now isn't a cap hit, and we know how good he is. We know
Yeah.
that he's talented.
Awoki.
On the team as well, but they haven't played a game yet. Or from their Division 6 unknown talent,
Anthony Seja,
Nicholas Gomes, Rizzo, and Rafael Morelli. If those guys are on the team,
I don't
guys-
think they are. There's too many guys on that team already.
I know, but I don't know why they're also on the roster.
True.
Because on the roster with 0 games played.
Yeah.
But even without that, Jason Nowalski that we talked about before,
Yeah.
not known in FPF. Alessandro Berrettoni, not known in FPF by the higher division guys. And then you have established talent in Anthony Sigia and AJ Gomes and Junior Spera. This is, to me, just a well-built roster top to bottom.
All right, so in order for KGB champs, and Timal's saying that they're going to be razor thin now of talent, depleted, nothing to be had.
They still have time to pick up guys, right? Like they
But
could add
though.
They could add Matt Kurek full time if he wants to, or if
Yeah.
he wants. But as of right now, I find that they're way too thin to be competitive.
So
in the three.
would you say that Phil Keller would need to play like a quarterback of the year level for them to be anywhere close to a playoff
He needs
spot?
to. He can't make dumb mistakes. Because this was a freebie against freshmen, and the game felt closer than it actually was. They pulled away in the end,
Yeah.
but freshmen, again, they don't. There's some very good players on the team, but they don't belong in Division 3.
All right, so from one lefty to another lefty in Chris Rivet, you've seen Phil Keller play. Your thoughts on him as a quarterback?
I think Phil is an extremely smart quarterback. He knows what he wants and he does it well. He's not afraid of taking his shots deep, and I find that he's one of the quarterbacks that plays really well with his core of guys. That being said, does he have a championship under his belt? Has he ever won a championship?
Phil did he not? Like way back in the day?
Well, maybe, but as a quarterback, like with KGP, I don't think so.
I think he may have won Eagle.
He has 4 individual awards and 6 All-Stars, but no championships.
Wow, hey, he's been in the league since 2007, I believe.
Yeah, he's been there for a while. Yeah.
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 Well, granted, I'm not sure if we went all the way back pre-2009 because that's the
I don't
first
think he
season
did.
of
No,
the site,
because he had a knee injury. I remember in 2009. That was
His ACL.
Yeah, and look, Phil Keller's still a great quarterback, but he was never the same. I think physically from that point when he tore his ACL that time.
He's also a good defender. A great two-way player.
Great defender, yeah, absolutely.
better
and a great
defender.
councilman too for the city of Westmount.
Okay.
Okay,
The more you know.
yeah. Well, that's what we are. We are a broadcaster on the show here.
So
So
what do councilmen do?
nothing.
All right.
Nothing. To be
Roy-
honest.
royalties.
How is he a great one? Royalties.
He's
That's
great
all.
at doing nothing.
Yeah, he's progressive. He's a thinker, right? The new parking the parking meters. In fact, Phil Keller in Westmount.
Are parks provincial?
The
No, the
parking
municipal.
meter.
No.
Oh, the
Right.
parking meters were
parking
Yeah,
meters.
it was his thing.
He's responsible for parking meters?
They redid the
Fuck
parking
you.
meters. They
I don't like him anymore.
They upgraded the parking meters now. They used to be the old you insert the coins into the parking toll. Now it's the new one.
Phil, we're no longer friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, he's the creator of that whole thing.
One of the great games I did not see but happened this week. Lee Studs against Top Sauce. 43-39. Top Sauce were without Vince Nardone. Lonnie Johnson played quarterback for them.
I got a text from GM Colossus before the game
Saying,
asking me so what should I know about Les Stade? I'm like, well, Sam Canon was
Yeah,
Canada and Felix Laflamme was.
yeah, he told me. He asked me the exact same question.
I was like, he was Team Canada, like he's good. So and I saw the stats. It's like, oh, I guess they couldn't stop.
I told him as long as you stop Felix Laflamme, you should be all right. I guess that did not happen.
Yeah. But so especially without Vince Nardone there, could they have stopped Felix Laflamme?
Well, they still have Justin McLean.
Okay.
So if you put Justin McLean on Felix Laflamme, it's a very interesting match.
But I think Vince
I
makes the defense much
Exactly.
more
In terms
educated.
of calling the defense, and
So-
in terms of while Justin McLean's a great athlete, I think Vince Nardone's a better defender.
But Vince can put him in the right spot.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Vince calls schemes that would have confused Sam Caron for the entire 44 minutes. He would have made this is one of the things that I learned playing against Vince Nardone every season for the past 5 years, is that the way he calls his defense confuses quarterbacks that are not used to it, and it creates turnovers because he's going to shoot zones in a way that you can't predict. And if you don't read it properly and you don't hold the ball a little longer than you usually would, you're throwing interceptions. And they do have Chris Millard as a rusher. Well, now they use Chris McCarty, but Chris Millard could be a potential rusher for this team.
Chris McCarthy's
You don't
very
have
good, by the way.
you don't have a lot of time
Chris
as a
McCarthy's
quarterback.
very good as a rusher too.
So-
It's not like you don't have more time.
No.
Well, they
So-
have a very good team, though,
Yeah.
right? This is not an 0-2 team.
No. So
Minus Terry Tam. Terry Tam's an 0-2 type of guy, but
Terry
they should-
Tam,
He's known for being on.
They had the close loss of
Life.
Brotherhood, right? The close loss of Brotherhood 14-12. Now this close loss here. So in theory, I'm not going to look at this as being like, oh my God, they're done. Like they've lost 2 very
No,
close
they-
games by a combined score of 6
they'll
points.
be fine.
They have a tough schedule, though, I find.
What's there on the schedule here?
Well, next they got the Cougars,
Oh boy.
Les Malades, which is a tough defense also.
Yeah.
Top season,
Oh boy.
Martin et Le Flag.
Oh boy.
KTP,
Yeah, listen, it gets easier at the
experienced
end. They got 3 winnable games at the end. Sweating Bears, Lightweight, and LGM. That should be 3
Lightweight's
wins.
an easy one.
That's 3 wins. But I'll be honest. This is a very tough front schedule. Like the first 5 games.
If they go 2-3,
they need to
that's
steal one against Brotherhood and then steal another one and then win the last 3.
so. If
Yeah.
they go 2-3, is that considered to be?
If they go 2-3, yes, but I think they're going to go 1-4. I don't think they're going to beat top season Cougars. They might beat Malud.
I think they'll beat Malud.
But
beat Malud, I think they'll beat Cougars because Cougars might have the emotional
Cougars
high.
are very good, man.
They're very. No, I like them, but I think they might have the emotional high that might bring them down.
well, the
though.
problem is Vince played 1 game as a quarterback, and it was a terrible game.
Yeah, he looked.
And
very.
he is a
static out
streaky
there.
quarterback, right? Once he gets started, he plays well for a while, but once he starts on a bad streak, it gets into his own
It's like
head.
he sees ghosts out there sometimes, and then it costs him.
But it was a great game. The Studs are playing very well. They're one of those teams that moved up from 4B now in 3, and it doesn't feel like their offense is just better. They're playing really. Sam Gall finally adjusted to FPF. Doesn't go always for the killing blow. The dink and dunk offense is very great. And listen, we all know we could drop a dime on like a 40-yard dash any moment.
All right.
So
who is the most exciting player now in Div 3? Jordan Mitchell, AJ Gomes, Theo Jaya, or our very own Simon Dagenais?
oh, not me.
I'm
not
the
excited.
least exciting player.
I'm not excited.
I'm not even joking. It's the most predictable.
Well, after
I'm
he
not
trucked Ryan Perry, you seem exciting, brother.
That was a long time ago.
Oh, man.
That was a while back.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
So
I don't
spring
care. Don't
season-
explain. No.
I was not going to explain it.
Don't take me not knowing to mean that I actually care.
Yeah, I
No,
wasn't
no,
going
you're
to
gonna care for
explain it.
this
Don't
one.
want to
No.
know.
Spring.
You don't
story
remember when he
time.
nominated himself?
Oh yeah.
Spring
That wasn't
2017.
the same season.
Papino. Monday
No,
night.
it wasn't 17.
Spring 2017.
No, it was like 15.
No, 2017.
The story is
I remember.
terrible.
It can't be 2 years
It was
ago.
at Papino.
Does it matter?
Yes, it does.
Tell the
so
story.
Spring 2017 Papino Monday Night Football. You had the immovable object in Ryan Perry and the unstoppable force in Simon Dagenais coming on a collision course. I'm like, oh my God, Simon Dagenais is going to be out for the year. And all you saw.
All I take from this is that I'm an unstoppable force.
Yeah.
No, that's all
Not
I took
bad,
from
man.
this.
Get a T-shirt. Get a T-shirt that says unstoppable force.
All you saw was Ryan Perry crumble like a piece of paper and Simon Dagenais trucking him like, yeah, boy. And you know that walk Simon does back, he scores a touchdown, that walk he does, a strut.
Was he limping this time around though? So
I remember that moment very clearly.
Jordan Mitchell is about as exciting as it gets, but I'm going to go. Honestly, AJ Gomes, the player I've been most.
Over Jared Taylor.
He's the player I've been most impressed by overall as a talent in FPF in a long time.
The reason why he's more exciting is two-way factor. Like
Yeah.
if Theo, Jared, and Jordan
Well,
were playing.
Theo's the obvious answer. No one's going to answer
No,
Theo.
but if Theo was playing,
Mo just put it in there so we don't answer Theo.
no, but
A fluff answer,
Yeah.
if he was playing receiver and DB, I would say he's the most exciting player because of all what he could do.
Nah,
But
too
I
obvious.
find
Don't want it.
as a quarterback, this season he's less exciting.
I don't find
than
so.
what
The thing
AJ could
is,
bring.
I at this level, I don't find Theo J to be an exciting quarterback. I find he's a talented and a guy who handles the game well and makes a lot of good throws, but he's not particularly exciting. In fact, they've slowed down. The
That's what I
brothers have slowed down their game.
That's what I said.
Style of play a lot.
No,
I
but
know.
they know because
I said it better.
their defense is so good that they know that if they restrict the game to let's say 4 possessions and they score on all 4, the other team will not.
So Chris, who you like between Jordan Mitchell, AJ Gomes, Jared Taylor, and Theo Ajaya?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jordan Mitchell.
Oh,
The question is most exciting.
most
Yeah.
exciting player.
Yeah, Jordan Mitchell. Like, just
Because
by seeing him running around, avoiding the rush. Like, I haven't seen a quarterback in a long time.
He's
being
like a
able-
Russell Wilson at times out there.
Yeah, because he can also throw. Also, he's not just a runner.
Yeah.
He can also throw, and he's the number of times the random times I had to like film around the field, and I happened to be filming Jordan Mitchell. He always puts on moves. He always does something that makes me go like. I always have to like stop the camera and look again. Like, did he just do that? Like,
you had a great game against shit. Yes.
Yeah, South Harmony.
I'm not going
Technology.
through that the whole name.
No.
There was their first game, and listen, Jake Applebaum
How would you differentiate them from the North Harbor Institute of Technology?
didn't it,
He never watched the movies, so you can't ask him that question.
but Jake Applebaum played well, but Jordan Mitchell just brings something
No,
that
Applebaum did not play well.
not a
in
lot
the
of
game.
people could bring.
Didn't play well. I didn't think he played well. He missed some throws. Should have been a victory for them.
Oh wait,
Cost them.
I thought it was 22 for 30.
No.
It was 12 for 30. That sounds
Yeah.
great. That's so crazy.
I think he's concussed. Concussion protocol from that trucking from Ryan Perry. All right, one or two word answer. The best team in Div 3 going to week 3 is who?
I
How
think
can you give a one-word answer if
Could
a
be-
team name has more than one word?
One of the names.
One or two word answers. Yeah.
one
Team
or,
name. Team name. The best team.
1 or 2 word answers. So you can use shit.
Well, you can. That's one word.
Yeah, it's one word.
Honestly, right now, I think the best team heading into week 3 is the Studs.
Okay, 2 words.
2 words.
Okay.
Should have gone with one of them. Should have gone with Lay.
Peace.
Who you got, Chris?
I got Bearskins.
Bearskins. That's a one word answer. Yes.
Jaguars.
That's a one word answer.
Hey.
But are you buying Jaguars? Or are you waiting for the game week 4 against Tats to see if they're the real
So,
deal?
with all the hype I received week 1 about the crew, that means to me there's something behind
Also-
the Jaguar success.
Also, this is a teaching moment about stock market. Don't buy after they're successful. Buy before because the stock is not worth as much.
See, Mokan usually gets a stock market game wrong. He's like, would you buy or sell the crew? I say, well, buy. But they lost. Yes, that's why you buy it.
But are you gonna tap your breaks now about Jaguars until they play?
No, I'm buying everything Jaguars and I'm selling after their just before week 4 when they'll lose.
So you think they're gonna lose to the Tats then in week 4?
I do think they'll lose that game. But right now, I'm honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they beat.
That's
if they beat
really?
Alpha Tees. Dude, they're
No,
good.
I would be surprised. I think
they're emotional. Not outbursts in the bad way, but I think they're
What's
emotional.
wrong with emotions?
But I'm saying it will.
What if I'm emotional, Mokan?
You are.
the reason why
I am though.
what I agree with Mokan that it's,
You always take the mic.
the reason why I think that the
Did you forget how
Jaguars
gravity works?
are gonna have a problem against the Alpha Tees is early in the game if they throw a bad interception because the Alpha Tees play a great aggressive defense. It's gonna get into their heads. They're gonna start complaining to each other, and they're gonna unravel from that point on.
Isn't the Apollon brother playing for them? One of them?
Yes.
Which one is it? Woody or because they're both being recruited by
Woodley.
Yeah, Woodley. They're both being recruited by NCAA schools down
Yeah.
south. I mean, so
Really?
I'm surprised. Well, anyway, they're both great players, so we'll see what happens in that game. All right, it is now time for
Games of the week.
All right, here we go. 3 games for Div 3.
All right, so we have Blue Chips versus Bearskins.
That's a good game.
Yeah, it's a very good game.
Where's that
Blue
game
Chips.
at, Chris?
It is in Lachine.
What day?
Sunday, 8 o'clock.
Does that really change? your
Field
pick?
3 or Field 2?
Is that really gonna change the pick?
No, I'm just want to score
Well,
for
it's
that game.
depending on the direction of the wind.
Just switch fields.
No, I don't want to.
The
Who
sun-
you got? Who you got?
I got Bearskins.
No, give me Blue Chips.
Blue Chips.
Bearskins.
Okay, next game.
Jaguars versus Dirty Dogs.
Jaguars.
No, I'm gonna go Dirty Dogs.
Just because Mo hates on the Jaguars.
So you're already selling your stock.
irrationally.
Yes.
Selling the stock is the low point.
No, Mo can't sell.
Actually, not at the high point right now, but I would definitely will go.
Actually, it works
with
this way.
Jaguars.
If you think they're gonna lose next week, you should sell now.
That's
Who you got, Chris?
I got Dirty Dogs.
Okay. Next, last game.
The Brotherhood versus the Alpha Tees.
Brotherhood.
Alpha Tees.
Will either team score more than 24 points?
No.
Yeah, I think so.
I think maybe 24.
Okay.
Yeah, I think 25 wins.
No, 23. I'm gonna go with 23 just to disagree with Mo.
Yeah. Brotherhood. Who you got?
I think Alpha Tees will get their first loss. So,
All right.
yeah.
No, give me Alpha Tees. Without Brotherhood, without Jamal Gins, it's not exactly the same team. I think they're really looking forward to him
The
returning.
defense without him looks more regular. That's for sure.
Where's
Also
that
the
game at
offense.
Alpha Tees and
Yeah.
Brotherhood? That's where they're playing Lachine or Brassard or
Stade de
Stade de
Montréal.
Montréal.
on Sunday night?
Monday.
Monday Night Football.
Yep.
Okay. That's going to be a good one. All right. Magic words, please.
Yes.
The time and the hour of the game changes everything.
I apparently couldn't think of it. I thought it was another game.
Good night, Ryan Perry, after the trekking from Simon Dagenais.
It's been like 2 years, man.
It's relevant, apparently.
You think we should play a game where we give you guys fake money and you actually buy or sell teams based off their cap space?
Yes.
And when they buy or like when win or lose games, their stock goes up or down?
Yes.
Mo would lose a lot of money
Yeah,
on this.
Yes.
You'll be done in 2 weeks.
You know why this would be great? It's because gambling.